Good evening. My name is Eric Grant. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I just want to take a brief moment to talk about my father. So, I was in Fort Hood. I was stationed in Fort Hood, and I was on Twitter, and I saw my brother tweet saying, prayers up to my dad. I hope he gets better. So I called him, and I had no idea what was going on. He told me my dad was in the hospital. He hit his head. So I immediately called my sergeant to let him know what was going on in order for me to leave. But at the same time, my father-in-law was going through something. So me and my wife and the family pretty much packed up and went to Philadelphia just off the strength of both of our dads being sick. Come to find out, my dad had a stroke, caused him to fall and hit his head, and it caused him to become brain dead. That was probably one of the toughest times of my life. And he didn't recover from it. My dad's name is Willie Eric Grant. He was a retired Sergeant First Class for the United States Army. And I like to think I had 27 really, really good years with my dad. And I know a lot of people never met their dad and are, didn't dream about meeting their dad. But, I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate the time I had with my dad. He was a really good example of what to be as a father and a husband and what not to be as a father and a husband at times. And that's one of the things I really cherish because I got to see the good and the bad. Um, I got to see my parents work through a lot of issues. So with me being 30 now, or turning 30, I like to think that my family, my wife, and my kids are my number one priority in my life. Um, I just like to spend time with them because there were a lot of times when my dad wasn't around and we wanted him around. So with him being a really good example and not so being a good example, it helps me remember to always put my family first, put God first and then my family. And that's another thing I've been working on. So me and my father's relationship was really good. I was really close to him. But when he started to move back and forth between South Carolina and Philly, I had to step up and be like a father figure for my brothers and sisters. And now I could do the same thing with my kids. Time is everything. Time is undefeated. Time is not always going to be around. So watching my kids grow up is a blessing in disguise. I used to be in the army. I just got out. So it was like a dream come true for me to end that part of my life so I could fulfill the needs of my wife and fulfill the needs of my kids. And speaking of kids, here comes one of them now. It's supposed to be sleep, but she loves knowing that one of her parents is around when she needs them. So it's just a testament of what I just talked to you about. Um, so I brought up my father because it's tough losing a parent. Nobody ever dreams about it. Nobody ever thinks about it. For the most part, um, you know, you you think your parents are gonna be there to see your kids grow up and be grandparents and stuff like that. So, um, you know, that's about it.